What is up, guys? In today's video, I am going to show you what happens when you expense the receipt and how it looks like once you expense the receipt and it transfers over to QuickBooks in Contractor Foreman. Now, in Contractor Foreman, you do have to connect it. I'm not going to go over a detailed overview of that, but I will kind of show you where to go for connecting your QuickBooks Online to your Contractor Foreman account. This is really great to cost coding your information and your expenses and your bills so that you know financially when you go into the financials tab in a project what it looks like. Are you being profitable? Are you losing money on this project? Are you billing in time? Is the project coordination being quicker than what you can receive the money for? Are you able to float different items? That's more something that you need to figure out with your finances and your business finances. But stay tuned. Let's jump right into it. All right, guys, I am logged into my Contractor Foreman account. I am in, I'm going to head over to projects, and in the projects, you want to select your project and then head over to the financials tab. So the expenses, I got a YouTube comment from one of our subscribers. I got my guy, he said, how is this shown on your QB, meaning the expenses? On my previous video, I talked about expensing and how I expense my receipts in the Contractor Foreman. So he said, how is this shown on your QB? I am assuming you have a QB account since it made your category a mandatory field. Does it create a category or a service? Great video, by the way, man. Thumbs up. Appreciate the love, bro. So I'm going to explain it in this video, how it looks like, and then we can go from there. So here it is. Let's just dive into this one. So this one's $65.18. It's Costco. I filled up gas. I expense it to my vehicle expenses in my chart of accounts in QuickBooks Online under vehicle fuel. And I can show you my chart of accounts and how I got that all set up in another video as well. So it's $65. He submitted everything into the receipt that I sent to him over to WhatsApp. My estimator, he does some little admin stuff like this, some project job costing. So I sent it to WhatsApp, gave him the information. Hey, this is for this project and it's under this category, and it's the cost code is like other, or the item number is for other. So this is it right here. It's for iCryo project. The total is $65.18. I have him take a look at the receipt and kind of get all the information. It's Costco, it's a gas, the date, it was, January 6, 2023. And then he can put all that information, January 6, it's for this, it's under this bank account. I don't tell him the bank account because it's posted right here on all your receipts. It should show what it is. So after he expensed it, saved it, exited out, it automatically, I don't know how quickly it does, but when I go into my QuickBooks, I can see here when I generate my reports, profit and loss for the year, I run a cash and I just do this year to date, and then I go to vehicle fuel. I click into the category to drill down into it, and it says 1.6 Costco gas, Costco pump gallons. That's the memo and description. So it links over to Contractor Foreman. When you input the expense name, it'll do memo and description, and then the account. It expenses the account, that transaction already, into Contractor Foreman. So I don't have to categorize it now. It's just seamless. And then it's $65, and it's QuickBooks is running a total of, hey, in this chart of account under vehicle fuel, under your main account called vehicle expenses, because I have vehicle fuel, vehicle maintenance, which I do any oil changes, I put it on there. It's all categorized out, and then it's giving me a running total. So I filled up twice here, one for almost 40 and the other for about 66. So that's how it looks like here. And then if you can see here, 133902, it automatically does an expense for me already. 03 3902. We'll just pull this one up. 03 3902. It saves the expense. Oh, the nice cool thing to it is, let's say I go into this specific transaction here. Okay, $65.18. In the attachment, once you attach it to your receipt to attachments, it'll transfer over to QuickBooks, and under attachments in this specific expense transaction, it's right there. It's the same thing. So now, like, this will systematize your financials, bro. Like, if you really want to dial down and do what you do best, and not having to worry about it, I recommend. And I have a whole website of trainings, and I'm going to slowly put out trainings and what I do in my company as I'm growing, and the systems that I put in place, so that it alleviates my time to come into QuickBooks and all that other, messy stuff that takes away from what I do best, which is, talking to clients, making sure the projects are getting done. Eventually, I want to be able to get a superintendent, so that when we run multiple projects, the superintendent knows what to do. He knows, hey, who to call, when to schedule materials, how to communicate with the owners, and all that other good stuff. So, hopefully this video wasn't too long, but in a nutshell, that's kind of how it looks on the desktop side. Whenever you expense something to the receipt under your project in Contractor Foreman, it automatically goes over to your QuickBooks, and under the reports, it'll show all the expenses. Let me just go into expenses here. So these are the running expenses. It'll automatically transfer over. Oh, and to connect the QuickBooks to your Contractor Foreman account, you want to go over to My Settings on the top right hand corner, My Settings, and then you want to go to Integrations. I have Google Suite, so I connect everything to Google Suite using Gmail. I pay for that service. I pay for QuickBooks service, and then I configure sync preferences here for this specific construction account under QuickBooks. So it's DGI construction. I'm going to click on here, do the start the wizard, move to the next step, and then you just answer all these questions, or go to the advanced configuration. And this is what I do in my Contractor Foreman. I just have sync both ways. I have everything detailed into a specific account, like your main expense account or bank credit account is checking. So I bank with Hillcrest. And then bills is Hillcrest, because sometimes I just write checks to the people that I do bills for, or the expense account. I can put under here, 0191 is my main credit card that I put all my accounts to. And there's other videos I want to talk about, how I use my credit cards in my business, and how I'm going to explain all the systems. So if you like this kind of content, subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, comment down below. I will actively be reading those comments and making sure that you guys know, or if you guys like my systems, you guys are up to date with what's going on and how I do things. That way you can systematize your commercial general contracting business, or if you're a subcontractor, your subcontracting business. So anyway, guys, until next time, aloha.